This morning, sun kissed my face. Grab my coffee, life's a fast-paced race. I know. I put on my shoes, but no time to waste. Headed out the door, no stress, no stress. I'm feeling good now. For my groove is late, a brand new day just began. Easy Monday motivation. Who knows what to do? Feels good. No time to slow it down. We keep moving to the sound. Easy Monday motivation. In the rhythm, it's deep in my soul. Fantastic energy got me in control. Oh, hear the beat drop, you know we won't stop. Trust the process, climb me to the top, the top. We're in the air, so I need some more. Each step forward, easy Monday motivation. That's all one joy, right? Feel the line. Easy Monday motivation. So feels good, it feels good. No time to slow it down. We keep moving to the sound. Easy Monday motivation.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Easy Monday Motivation. It is your home chef, E, hanging in the place to be with my homeboy, TT and Johnny, my leads. How do y'all be? How y'all feeling today?
What's up?
I can't do it with y'all today. I can't.
Because when you look up, that means it's like.
Oh, my bad.
That was it.
We good.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's wonderful to have you guys in my space again, ladies and gentlemen. We did this last time. It was a lot of fun for us to come together, and we're doing it again. This time for a very special kind of episode because we're going to get to blend something that I like to do personally as Scotch with EE with my family. But we're going to be having a discussion about food, forethought, of course, and your relationship, your physical relationships with food, and those restrictions that sometimes you may just need to place on yourself. It's not so much about diet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diet has the word diet in there, not that's the reason why.
Yeah.
It feels like something dies.
Yeah.
When you hear the word diet, right? Like
Something does die. Flavor, taste, spices,
Really?
sugars,
Really?
goodness.
Like
Really?
living, right?
I'm sorry.
Like living.
Living,
It's no
right.
restrictive.
Are y'all serious?
We were
Give us free.
We
No
were
diet.
even yeah.
I want sweet.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's fair.
It's not even my turn yet, is it? Keep going, E.
But see,
Introduce
that's how pumped we are about this
I'm
conversation.
saying.
Because like just to hear it like that, and that we're really gonna touch on that to kind of help break down that barrier for people to really understand like there is a correlation between your desire to eat healthy and your connection and relationship with food. Sometimes it is a physical thing where it's about texture, it's about smell and your other senses. But then there's also some historical context where it can be driven from traumas, right? Where you've had bad experiences with food, you've had bad experiences with people in food, and now you just don't eat those things. But they could be the best things for you.
Yeah.
But there's also things that we have great experiences with that we probably shouldn't be eating.
true.
That we shouldn't be eating.
Should not be eating.
Interesting. I think we should say positive on this show today.
You-
Like I don't want to say what we shouldn't be eating. Because
you just screamed, I want sweets.
I know, right?
Yeah, you did.
Right?
Yeah.
And after last week's show, like I got to get my mind right.
Yeah.
Because Justin really did he did bring us some context around our health and especially as Black men. Like I'm like,
He did.
I got to think different. So okay, I'm ready for the convo. I'm ready for it.
I'm glad you guys are open to it because today, just because we're having this tougher conversation to get people over a hump. Where we typically like, I won't try certain things. What I'm going to do for my friends today is I'm going to introduce them to a healthy meal. I'm going to be making some soup.
We're the luckiest people.
Yeah, I'm going to make some chicken Thai curry soup. It's a very healthy dish. It's just mostly vegetables and soup, stock. We're going to use shiitake mushrooms. I have some onions that we're going to saute up with a little bit of freshness. But I did hook up some chicken earlier to add in there, and I gave that taste out. I just want to hear how was that.
Oh, it was fire.
Yeah,
I'm using Cam's word. It was so good.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, I see you.
It was delicious.
It was so good.
Wasn't
it so good?
Hold on to the toothpick. Good job. Thank you.
so good.
Right. So when that actually gets into play and we get to there, I'm actually going to cook today, and I'm going to share this recipe with you guys at some point. I don't get to play my recipes for free.
That's right. Come on.
Please always know that the goal of it is to motivate you to try new things, motivate you to have conversations that can put you in a better place, because we are motivation, and that's what EMM is. So
right.
I do really want to come in and check in with you guys. So Johnny, my leash, how's your weekend?
Listen. Okay.
I will start cooking while we do this.
Okay.
I'm going to cook while we talk too.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
The first thing I'm going to do is start turning on my Dutch oven. That's right, I got a Dutch oven. Okay. And then we're going to saute some of these onions. And once I get these onions sauteed, I'm going to start adding some of my wonderful fragrance there. And they're going to comment on the food and smells that they are experiences while we go through it. And again, this is a very healthy, simple meal that you can make at home and make for like meal prep. You can do this for 2 to 3 days of worth of lunch and dinner. And it's very easy. So shout out to that. But Johnny, you want to hear how was your week?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So y'all know it was my birthday on Friday.
It's my birthday.
And it was my daughter's birthday on Saturday.
All the birthdays.
Oh, and my sister. God, she would kill me if I didn't say that. Yeah.
She had her own little post.
Did you see it? She had several.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. So we went to Vegas to see Usher in concert. Y'all, for real. It was everything.
Yeah.
It was everything I would hope it would be. Like, we had so much fun. He was amazing in concert. He put on a great show. And I was just tripping because, I've been listening to him since I was 13, 14 years old. So it was everything that 13, 21, and 44-year-old me wanted to hear. It was so amazing. And then me and Jay got to bond a lot. So that was super dope. Like, just watching her experience this. And she hated Vegas. She said it's dirty. Yeah. She said it's dirty. It's overstimulating.
Yeah.
I hope I never come back. Like, I appreciate this, but I never want to come back here.
As long as that's there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'll leave behind.
So it was dope. And it was cool watching her too, just experience different things. So I was trying to show her. So, like the whole point of you taking your kids so they can experience things, because she's 18, she's getting rebelled on her own. Yeah. So I'm even showing her things like, this is how you know where your gate is. This is how this is how you get a lift to take you where you need to go and that kind of stuff. Because she was like, I don't know what's going on.
Aww.
Yeah. So it was sweet. It was sweet. We bonded.
That's exactly what we knew was going to happen. Of course. That's wonderful, because that is something that you want your daughter to have. Like we talked about last week, what are we getting? What are we consuming?
Yes, exactly.
What are we getting people to consume? You took your daughter an experience that now this is a journey that y'all be able to share for a long time.
Yeah.
Talk about these experiences and how she's grown from them.
Exactly.
So now you have to be able to say, first this, first that.
Yeah.
And now she'll do it more often. And then she'll be able to come back to you and say, Mom, I had this experience and I really enjoyed myself. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking about y'all too. Just this conversation around what are we feeding ourselves. So as I was pouring into her and she was sharing things with me, like, it was just a dope experience. It was so much fun.
I want to know what Usher poured in to Johnny.
Yeah.
You know what it was for real? So I touched on it a little bit about the different ages, right? Me listening to Usher. But it took you back. It takes me right back. Y'all know how it is when you listen to music. It takes you right back to where you were. So I thought about high school. And there were some people like I lost in high school that, that's no longer with us. So it made me think about that. I was just, for a minute, I was just standing there and taking it all in. And then when the Confessions album came out, that's when I met Terry. Like, so it was just so many things, like, you know,
Shout out to
over my life.
Shout out to
Yeah.
My confession, I was just right there.
He's like, Terry, you got it bad.
Let me see your feet ticket. Let it turn.
That's funny. That's funny. It was dope. It was dope. So that's what it
That's
was for
what's
me.
up.
It was very nostalgic.
Yeah.
It was very
Yeah.
nostalgic. Yeah, it took me back. So it was
Good for you.
wonderful.
Beautiful.
Everything that music is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So would you go to a concert with your daughter again?
Oh, absolutely. Because this isn't the first concert we went to together.
Okay.
We've seen Janet Jackson in concert, and
Oh,
Yeah.
How did it compare?
oh, that's a good question. CT, look at you asking the question.
Yeah, man, I'm fearful.
Janet Jackson.
Can you compare the two?
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, was Justin Timberlake there? I just want to keep.
No, I do like JT.
That's chaos.
But what?
It's a whole nother show.
I don't want to.
Janet Jackson. Oh, get it.
JJ.
You know, I'm with JT. But
Usher only her last name. It's just you. We got JJ. But she's
no. So I can't answer that. No.
Okay.
Let's just move on because I can't answer that question.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ASMR portion of the program. I don't know if you heard the onions hit. The sizzle. Yes. Oh,
My mom said she finally get to see the fish tank.
I know, right? You did. I was gonna say it was dirty. We was gonna talk about you.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. Okay, sorry.
I know. Well, let me make sure I get this too loud. Ladies and gentlemen, if the steering get a little too loud, let me know. We're gonna, you know, and I
Steer away. I will talk louder.
It's cool.
I will talk louder.
What's going on with you, man? I mean,
Listen,
you done did some big things in the last few weeks.
my guy and my gal, we are day 4 of like true. Now, technically, I wouldn't count the weekend. Just business days.
Okay.
Day 4, ginger paste of entrepreneur life. Listen, I have been as busy as I was when I was working
Were
in
you?
the house.
Are you really?
And it's like calls and meeting people and
Okay.
just the entire schedule. Minced onions. It's just been amazing to like reset and think about every single day, waking up, doing what you love, and knowing that at some point in time, ginger paste, at some point in time, all of this hard work and the passion you've had and the purpose you put into things will transform into something that will really get to a place where you can actually
Wow.
help people
Wow.
that aren't just in where you were,
Yeah.
but are where you're going. And that's Thai red curry paste.
Oh, I love that stuff.
And one of the things that I learned is I have to be ready for the world to know me, not the world to know what I had to be
Interesting.
somewhere else.
because I was
Yeah.
inside of a place,
Yeah.
or that they need to know Core Inclusive Consulting, which is my firm. They need to know Christopher.
Well, do you have reservations about that, or are you just trying to figure it out? Like,
I had
What is it?
reservations.
did you? Did you?
Because so
Yeah, what
but
is
but
it?
here's what's funny. You all get to see me
Yeah.
kind of unedited in
Yeah.
many ways.
Kinda.
Okay, that not kind of. You get to see me
Mayhem.
unedited,
Mayhem.
and because you all get to see me unedited,
Yeah.
the unedited CT doesn't always want to be out
Oh,
for
I feel
public
that.
consumption.
I feel that.
And
Yeah.
yet, that's exactly what I'm supposed to be. That's exactly what I'm thriving to be. I don't want to be anything less than who I am created
Yeah.
to be, my language, my tone, my perspectives, my voice. And yet I do find in this moment that there are still pieces of me that are assigned to the box I was in.
It's an
And
interesting
so I'm
word.
trying to crash outside of the box as he adds some ticking stock. As I'm crashing outside of this box, it is very uncomfortable. And yet I know it's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And because of what's happening in our society right now, I do feel like I'm strategically positioned to be doing this right now in this way. So a lot of exciting
At times
things
such
going
as
on.
this.
And listen, some new stuff is coming out. A website's getting ready to launch. Some new
Yeah.
stuff to let y'all know who I am, what I'm doing, and how I'm going to do it. The big piece of it right now is executive coaching. That's the part that
Okay.
I love. That's the piece I'm passionate about. And so I'm accepting new clients for my executive coaching practice, and I'm accepting speaking engagements. So if you out there and you want to hear me say something to whomever you need me to say something to, I'm open to say something to them.
Come on, come on.
Here we go. So
and
yeah,
CT, when you say executive coaching, what does that really mean? What does that mean to
I love the
to the
question.
people?
So there are coaches in the world that life coaches, and there are people who do this is red boat, red fish sauce. This is what I do in my practice to make sure people understand clearly what it is that we are going to do and what we're not going to do. So if we're in a conversation and I'm coaching you, I'm going to say to you, Eve, I'm going to say to you, Johnny, when we first get started, at some point in time in our conversation, there will be things that are going to come up that are a part of your past, your potential traumas, things that are therapeutic in nature. And that's not what this is. And then there are going to be moments in the conversation, which a lot of times this happens to me. People will say, Christopher, what do you think I should do? And that is advisement. That is operating in the present.
I've said
and
that
that's
before.
not what this is either. Coaching is truly, how do I help you think about your future? How do we unlock? And this is one of the things I was sharing with Johnny as a part of the principles in our practice, is that we know we're getting to the right place when you get to the section where you say, you know, Christopher, I don't know. That's when the coaching begins.
Yeah.
Because anything before that is all about how you have set yourself up to describe who you are and what you're good at and what your skills are. And the wall that is, I don't know, shows up in the moment when I ask you a probing question. You're like, I'm not interested in going beyond that wall, but beyond that wall is where your future is. And that's what real executive coaching does for you. Short and sweet.
That's interesting.
Okay.
I like that.
Short and sweet.
I'm building a wall of cheese on a charcuterie. I definitely need help getting on the
What?
wall.
Can you coach him?
You can eat through the cheese.
See?
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, can he
Yeah.
coach? Can you coach him, please?
Some cheese block you up.
That's government cheese. Oh, yeah. We gourmet over here, baby.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But you know, I mean, it's. I know this transition has to be very interesting, very fun, exciting, scary at the same time. But it's so wonderful to watch you go through it, right?
I
It's
know.
wonderful to watch you step off into this
I know.
precipice, into a new place, in a new vibe. Like you came over today, like yeah. Whoa, okay. So we're going now. You know? I do the same thing, but just more now. Like, but
For me.
like an adult. Like, hey, you know.
And I love learning from you
Yeah.
too. You know, as we experience different things, as we're going out into new ventures and trying things, I love learning from you. But it's always been like that.
Yeah.
You know, where we kind of learn from you. Yeah.
I love the idea we
Big
actually
brother.
do learn something from each other.
Yeah.
Every
Every
time.
single
Yeah.
time,
Every single time.
which is why I think this is such a sweet spot, you
Yeah.
know. And then when we are in person together, which is the second time this has happened,
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I know.
Like,
This is awesome.
love it.
Well, you know, I do love
No.
hosting you guys. It's always great to have you here. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my check-in before
Okay.
we engage. So
Uh-huh.
I've been good. You know, I've been good. I've been traveling a lot. Just got back from New York with my family. My aunt turned 70, and we went to go and try to figure out something with my father's ashes. Shout out to my little sister Dana for
Shout out
you know,
there.
hanging out there. And I have a special shout out for my friend who wasn't feeling too good. She told me to say special interest, inquiry, friend.
Oh,
Shout out to her. I feel better.
Okay.
It was very confusing. And then you gave me another thing to say, which I don't remember. So, but I told you I wouldn't remember.
yeah.
But then shout out to her. Hopefully you feel better. Hopefully you feel motivated. But,
That's right.
So, you know, I went out to New York to do that with my little sister. We had a really good time to, you know, really bond and talk about some stuff and then spend time with family who we hadn't seen for a long time. So
Oh, that's
some of my cousins I haven't seen for like 30 years.
wow.
30 years, you know what I'm saying? It's been 30 years since we've been in each other's presence. And,
Wow.
like when you think about that time frame, like how much has changed in who you are from when you met that person. It's kind of scary. Like I don't know you anymore.
Yeah.
I can't.
30 years ago?
30 years ago. 30 years ago.
You shouldn't.
30 years
Right?
ago, we
Yeah.
were kids, and I was playing in y'all's front yard, but now I'm 40 something, and you know I don't look at it, but 40 something, and we gotta, you know, we gotta
gotta
figure
figure
it out.
stuff out.
And once I shout myself out, because and listen, you physically this movie, you gotta be happy with who you are.
Oh God,
So I'm adding
Pam,
my
are you
coconut
hearing
milk.
this?
Coconut milk.
Yes, coconut milk. This right here is how we get that they'll get into it.
Mm.
My
So how old are you
in
then?
there.
If you don't look like you're in your 40s,
I'm 43, but I mean,
we know how old you are, but how old are you based upon what you said you look like? Because
I'm literally like 32, 31.
I'm
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Perpetually 29, all day, every day.
I'm gonna let you have it.
29.
I would never question it.
It's been my number.
I love it. I heard that. I heard
Interesting.
that. I believe that. I believe 29 forever.
Yeah.
I believe that. I'm with it. Forever young. Because I mean, that's like Jay-Z, like 1,000. He keep on young. I don't know why. But everything else has been good. Like the fish tank, as you guys can actually kind of see, it's like bubbling over there. It's the bubbling in my throat because I had to clean it before they got here.
You even know that song?
Yes, of course I know the song. That's why I was.
How's it go?
I don't want to sing it right now. It's bubbling in my soul. Jesus made me whole. Okay, I'm gonna.
Some people don't understand it, but there's one thing I know. It's bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. It's bubbling in my soul. Oh, yeah.
So they were happy while I was gone because I hadn't bothered them. As soon as I got back, I had to put some clings to them beans. Otherwise, Matt, looking forward to the trip that I got coming up. I do have a private dinner that we're doing for a good friend of ours, AB, this Saturday. So a Friendsgiving. Then I have Thanksgiving with my family where I'll be cooking for them. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun in the food realm before I take me a little break. Okay.
Is there anything you're cooking outside of the traditional Thanksgiving, like one particular dish?
I don't cook anything that's traditional.
Got it. Okay.
My menu never consists of anything that you would find on somebody's regular Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And there's a reason why. There really is. And let's just talk about it, right? Like, so today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen, I really just want to open it up, is about our physical connections with food, right? Like when you grew up as a kid, there were things that you were fed that even today you still may love or you may not like. And I just want to start there. And then we're going to start talking about different types of connections that we have with the things that we consider to be food, right? So first, Johnny, my liege, what is something that if somebody serves you today, you like, put that down, throw that away. And ladies and gentlemen, there is the courtesy of whenever you don't like somebody's food, you throw it away, plate down in the trash can. That way they don't know how much you threw away. You just throw the whole plate away down. They don't get to see how much you didn't eat. It's just, that's respect. If I ever walk in somebody's house and see the plate up, you threw the whole plate away, and I had cooked, I'd walk over to you, but excuse me, I saw your plate. You wasted the whole thing. If you didn't like it, you could have left it.
Even at grandma's house?
I fronting people.
I know.
What you mean? Y'all about to eat my food and I love it, so I don't want to hear.
I didn't say anything about your food. I like We're on your side.
You feel threatened right now?
Play down somebody's food. That's respect. You like play down.
Okay, that's fair.
Play down. Not me, because every time I come over, I eat up all my food.
Yeah, we do. We do. So
serve it to us, and so
you can't invite people over at certain hours and not feed them. That's disrespect. I learned that from my mom.
A lot of disrespectful stuff.
I know, right? But we're talking about we feeding ourselves. I'm not feeding myself disrespect, but I do need to know what you would say no to, though, Johnny, my lead.
Any baked fruit, a peach cobbler, an apple pie, a cherry pie. Yeah, don't hand that to me. I don't want it. I do not want it. When I was younger, I'm saying this because my mom is an amazing cook.
Yeah.
But when she used to cook roast, it just, I was like, oh my God, it just made me so like sad. It was something about it.
Put mushy vegetables or something.
It wasn't even like real mushy or nothing. She did, like, other people loved it. Just me and my sister, we'd be like, it just makes us sad. I don't know. It's something about it. It was just depressing. And she's like, what are y'all even talking about?
Mom made me sad.
It's just made me sad.
That's not good.
Mom would be like, y'all just whatever. Like, she didn't care.
Shout out to Mom for making the food that made people sad.
No, just us. I don't know what it was about roast, but now I love my mother's roast. Yeah, I think it's so good. But honestly,
now,
yeah, it's really good.
What happened?
I grew up.
Oh,
I matured. My taste buds matured.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Now I can do a roast. Yeah, I can do roast. No, baked fruit. No, I hate. It's so sweet, and peaches are so sweet by themselves.
Yeah,
and then you put sugar and oh God, no. Can't do it. Cannot do it.
Shiitake
mushrooms. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, y'all. It's gonna be good.
So,
So-
CT, what about you?
So
Oh.
I think y'all heard in one of the episodes with Miss Melanie the story and the journey of us getting together, and it was true then, and it is true today. That if you put a beat in front of me,
Oh yeah, you
I might
said
beat
that.
you.
You
Like
said that.
to be clear, so like we were in Seattle earlier this year, and we went to this restaurant, and the place we went, amazing Italian restaurant, and she got this beat little dish or whatever. And so I was like, you know what? I'm open for the adventure. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm gonna try. Like I got into my marriage because I took the beat and I didn't die.
You got into that marriage because you took that beating.
Yes, I did. Grandpa White was like, we eat what's on our plate. So
He said, okay.
so I went to try this beat, and it was still so nasty. It was
Really?
My palate has not matured to it.
Yeah, I
Not
get
and
that.
I've reached a place where there are some things that are just not going to change.
Yeah.
And the thing that's not going to change is me and Beats.
And
We are
Beats.
not in a relationship. We are not
Yeah.
friends. And every time I take and the thing about it is Mel loves them.
I do
So
too.
like that's the genius of the relationship. Opposites attract. That's the whole opposite attract
Yeah.
thing. She loves Beats. Grandma makes them. They put every holiday they got Beats somewhere. And it's like, why are we even looking at them? Why did we invite you to the house? And so I'm just being respectful because
really
they show up.
because I know because he probably answers that question with beats me.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Cam, tell us what you
I'm
think
so
about
sorry.
that one.
No, you can't.
I'm so
I
sorry.
can't read it. No matter anyway.
I can't read it.
Mel said they were so good.
I love
They were
Beats
not
too,
so good.
Mel.
They were not
My mama
good.
loves Beats.
They were
Yeah.
not
I love
good.
beats.
I love Beat Juice.
Well, I'm gonna beat it and not.
Nah.
I mean, I'm not talking about the actual thing. You know, I'm with you.
Sure.
I like the Beats headphones.
Oh, you don't like Beats either?
Yeah, no. I mean, I like to use Beats to dye stuff because
Okay,
it
yeah,
actually
yeah.
helps to dye things.
It does.
So like when I make tandoori chicken, I'll use beets. I'll like boil the beets to make like a red dye, so I can make a natural red color to my
I
chicken.
die
But
when they show up. Even when. Even when.
I thought I was bad about the fruit.
No, you could have your fruit. I'm gonna have my no. Like we had, I don't remember where we went one time. We went to breakfast or something, and I ordered what was on the menu, and I didn't look at what was on the.
Oh.
Jesus, do you know I sent that info back? I sent it back. It was
had beets in it.
They had beets in it,
You
and I
don't
didn't know. I was like, this looks. What's this red? Maybe it was a potato something. Man, I went. Ask her. Tell her to put it in the feed. I went. I took a bite. I was like, and I never in public. I'm not that disrespectful. And yes, I did.
You said because there's no
Yes,
way.
I did, and I took it back.
You saw them as wrong as food I know in public.
It is wrong, and I did it. I'm confessing. My confession. That's what Esther is here for. Listen, it was not okay. And now I'm careful. I'm careful to make sure that anytime I'm distracted, that anytime beats come to my way,
That's it.
no. It's a good chicken, y'all.
That is
I'm
good
gonna say it's
chicken.
good chicken.
That is good
It's good
chicken.
chicken.
My mom says she hates grits and eggs. She really does. Like
Oh.
if we have it for breakfast, I mean, she hates it. She hates to see us eating it.
Grits and
Dude,
eggs.
other people's eating it. Dang.
Yeah, she only wants other people to eat
She
it.
hates food so much. She hates what the other people.
So how you eat your grits? This is a community
Here we
discussion.
go. Uh-oh.
Like I don't want to cause no enemies in the feed or anywhere. But how you eat your grits?
Me?
How you eat your grits?
Oh well, me. You know, I have many variations of shrimp and grits, and fish and grits, and chicken and grits, and grits and grits. I do a bunch of different things. So my favorite way to eat them, though,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going like old school classic. You know, I do like eggs on my grits. I'm sorry, Mom.
I know, me too.
So I would make what I call a grits bowl. So I make an egg bowl, and I put grits in the middle,
Oh,
and I put cheese on it, and I put grits on top of that cheese, and then I put like my shrimps or little fried fish nuggets in there because I've done up to 3 different types of fish in there. So I'm working on 5 fish grits. That's a dish that I want to make. 5 fish grits. You have 5 different types of fish cooked 5 different ways in 1 bowl of grits. So don't worry about it. Why up? Y'all looking really.
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I was agreeing with you.
That's it. That's how I eat my
You
grits.
see what Mel said?
No, what's that?
What she say? What'd you say? With what?
5 fish grits,
And what?
cheese.
And what? How do you salt?
I
Sugar?
didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that's other people's problem. I eat mine my way.
That's not your problem.
That's not my problem.
It is the problem. It is other people's problem.
It is a cultural nuance.
It is. It really is.
No.
I gotta have salt.
It's called grits.
I gotta have salt.
It's called grits. When has grit been sweet?
Well, a lot of people like it like that.
Describe
people do.
describe something that's gritty, that's sweet.
You?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know what it is. I'm telling you now. I think I like it. That's it. Sugar in there. He put the sugar in there. I believe him now. I'm converted. That's all it took for me. He had to compliment me for the grits.
That's all it took. That's all it took.
You're welcome.
Wait, tell us what you hate. What you still don't like.
This texture.
Listen, the
Texture is fun. I like it though.
Now, I've had it, I can get around it in like a combination dish or something like that. But like, if it's just me by myself and I have to choose, I'm never choosing okra.
Okay.
Listen, my auntie did us in. Shout out, rest in peace, Auntie Cardella. You know what I'm saying? AKA Hershey. We love you. Listen, we went out there when we was kids. Like I told you, I was at my aunt's house and stuff. Like I hadn't seen it for years. That's what we used to do. As family, we would send each other's kids to other people's families, and they spend weeks or time out there. So, we can all get to know each other. Well, they sent out there to Aunt Cardella's. And Aunt Cardella, we was out there for 2 weeks, and she fed us the same thing
every day
for 2 weeks, every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okra. If you ever had okra for breakfast.
Did she have a garden or something?
No. There was canned okra. There was fried okra. Listen. I know a lot of people out there that watch the movie Forrest Gump. You watch them, don't laugh at my thing. You watch the movie Forrest Gump where he was like, he done had shrimp saute, shrimp gumbo. That's how I had okra. I had okra in every variation that there ever was to see and have. I had it boiled, I had it steamed, I had it fried, I had it sauteed. I really did have it in every way. Like we had canned okra, we had fresh okra, we had she found every type of okra there was and fed it to us because apparently we didn't have any southern roots because we was from Ohio. Yeah. So she just okra'd us to death.
She really loved it.
I absolutely hate okra.
That's not okay.
It's not.
It feels like child abuse.
Now you see my physical connection with this food. Trauma behind okra. When I go places and I see okra, but no, I literally do it for me. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Nah, it feels like I'm about to get a whoop.
So if you were on the show Chopped, and in the basket was okra, what would you do?
Come on, question.
Okay, so if I was on the show Chopped and I had to use okra.
Don't say that crazy. Like, you tell them I'm not using this.
Well, technically I would. I would literally take the okra and I would put it in a food processor and refine it into some sort of sauce. Yeah. And that way I just use it as a sauce, as a component of a sauce or something instead of like making it a feature.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Get rid of the stuff. Like if I don't like it, I'll mix it into something and turn it into something totally different. That way I can stomach it. Like anchovies are in Caesar dressing. A lot of people don't know that. Yep. Like I don't like anchovies on its base. Yeah. Because years ago we traveled to North Carolina for a family reunion, and when my cousin ordered us pizza, and it had anchovies on the pizza. Never had anchovies on pizza before, but I never ate an anchovy after that. I had Caesar dressing and I had to make it myself.
Mama Douglas she said, "I love okra."
I bet you do.
Does she like it?
I love okra. She said, "I love it."
She probably one of those that can okra and everything else.
You can have all.
The blessing is that some people can like one thing, and other people can like the other.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So, Olivia says no okra and no Brussels sprouts. Like
Brussels sprouts, though.
I didn't like Brussels sprouts when I was a kid, but now
Brussels sprouts have made a come up.
They have made a come up.
Listen, my honey, ginger, garlic Brussels sprouts will make you go, I love Brussels sprouts.
I appreciate what you just said, but you missed an ingredient.
Which one?
What?
The one ingredient that when added to any dish. Oh, come on, Johnny. Hey, come on, Johnny. Let's go, Johnny. Bacon. Yes, let's go.
Honey defeats the
Woo! No, it doesn't.
Yeah, the vegetable.
Woo! It is
Bacon
a vegetable.
don't count.
Bacon don't count. That's an entire
Walk
sentence.
away from y'all today.
Bacon don't count. The fact that you ain't put it in your meal, I don't understand. Look at that. There she go. Liv got bacon in there too. I want to see bacon all in the feed. Everybody that is a lover of easy Monday motivation, love the bacon.
If you love bacon, put it in the chat.
Love the bacon.
I know.
Bacon.
Kim is going to, and Kim says she feels like her collard greens need a mention, like just honorable mention.
Hold on.
Kim Fields.
I am a witness. I can testify.
are you?
I can testify.
Yeah.
Look, when I was at her house the one time
Yeah.
at band camp, this was my first time, and I drank the pot liquor. It was so good. I know.
Really? Was
It
it?
was so
Oh, Kim.
good.
So when I see you, Kim, I'll probably see you in March sometime. So
Kim,
what's
put it
up,
down.
Kim?
Put it
Carry
down.
him on the plane.
I'm down with it.
Carry him on the plane.
You know what I'm saying? People bringing food. I'm down to chat. I'm
Mm.
definitely always down. So
What you got?
this is lime juice. It is time for me. It's lime time. Time to put that flash flavor in here. So the last thing that we want to do to really solidify this soup, because right now it's just stock. I do have my rice noodles sitting over here. Typically, I would sear my rice noodles, but today, since it's going into a soup, I just needed them to expand, swell up, and then as I set you guys' food, it'll be all perfect. But I need to put the zest of a lime in here so we can get some fun flavor. Now, for those that don't know, when you zest something like a lime, what you're really trying to do is extract all that oil out of it, and there's a lot of flavor, and it's very fresh. So having a nice microplaner zester really helps with adding flavor. Oh yeah, I'm about that life. Trust me. Oh,
That looks so good.
it smells so wonderful in here.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Oh my God.
You're
Here we
welcome.
go.
That was
So,
good.
all right. So,
I enjoyed
what's
it.
the food? Now, what's something that you would feel like historically you did not like, you grew into liking, and now you realize like it's something you can't live without? When we think about like, and I can go first. Like something I would never, when I was a kid, man, I didn't really like broccoli. I didn't really like vegetables at all. Right? You know what I'm saying? I've always been a heavy meat eater. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the guy like, just give me the steak, give me the hamburger.
Yeah.
You know, but then as I got older, I recognized that my connection and love for vegetables came from the fact that I found out that I had an eating disorder that was specific to my appetite.
Oh.
So I have this wonderful, fun eating disorder that if I eat fast, I don't even realize that I'm eating. My body doesn't keep up with my consumption of food, so I don't get full.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's terrible because you can just eat meat
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
before you know it, you get full like you get full real fast, but you don't realize how much you've eaten.
That lime smells so good.
Mhm. So fresh.
That
So
smells
fresh.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean to distract you, man, but that got me.
No, but that's really what it boils down to, right? Boils doon to.
Mel said I got that too.
She got what?
Your condition.
Yeah.
The disorder.
Listen, so I have to eat slow.
Mhm.
I have to eat slow.
That's
The
better
slower I
anyway.
eat, the better the connection to my body, in my mind, and my stomach works. Because when I eat too fast, it's just like, oh, really, whatever. Whole pizza, and I'm like, oh man, I ate a whole pizza, and I'm overly stuffed because my appetite caught up
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
So I have to be like really slow and eat, so that way I don't like eat too fast and then get overly full,
Yeah.
and I get all the discomfort.
Yeah.
So,
How long have you known?
It's been about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been about 3 years. When I started my transition in weight loss, that's when I really recognized it, and I really started to slow down, and I pay attention to how fast I eat now.
Did you just recognize it on your own, or did a professional tell you, or did you just kind of recognize like, oh, wait a minute?
I was lucky enough that the place that I work offers a service that allows for us to get health coaches, and my health coach hooked me up, man. I mean, we talked a lot about the different things, and I had a lot of goals that I wanted to meet. He really just met me at all of them.
That's
He's like,
that.
he was like, Eric, you got this. You just got to stick to your thing, and before you know it, all of the cooking and all the stuff that I already do just kind of went into everything. It all tied together.
Mm-hmm.
So it just made it really easy to have a better relationship with all types of food, understanding the way I needed to eat, what my plate needed to look like. Right? Like, people don't even ask, what does your plate need to look like? Like my plate specifically, my plate, 3/4 of my plate, vegetables. Then the last fourth is protein. That's the way I need to eat. And I understand that's my body composition. It's the way that I break down things. It's my relationship to food. There's some people who eat bread and stuff and they get bloated.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So they need to understand that connection with food that drives the outcomes that they're looking for. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
What about you? Something you can see every single day.
Every single. You know what? I love I love hummus. I love hummus.
You some going by no means, girl. Oh my God, you ended up
I love hummus. I can eat it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'll just skip dinner and just have some hummus. And
This little pita or whatever.
yeah,
chips.
pita, some veggies, maybe some
Ooh,
multi-grain chips or something. I love hummus. I have to keep it. I have to have it all the time.
Okay.
And then with the protein, it fills you up and
Yeah.
it's light. And I don't know. Yeah, that's my jam.
She said hummus, huh?
I love hummus. I mean, other than chicken, I can eat chicken every day
Never mind.
too.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna stay away from that one.
Okay, but yeah,
I can eat
hummus.
chicken every day.
I could.
Could you?
Yeah, I could. I almost do. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
What about you, CT?
I could eat pizza every day.
Pizza.
Pizza.
That is shocking.
I'm not even sure what the question is because I'm not sure.
You could eat pizza every day.
I got stuck on the pizza bacon thing and everything else I blanked out on.
When we said pizza and bacon,
We didn't. That's the problem. because we haven't brought up pizza and bacon yet. I was just like, when are we going to get to the good part? When are we going to get to the piece that really?
Right. Like forget the beef, forget the okra.
Yeah, all
forget
the things we don't like. When do we get to the things that? And I wanted to announce tonight. I'll talk to the people at the company, and tonight we are officially letting everyone know that Oreos are vegan.
Oh yeah, Oreos are vegan.
yeah,
Oreos are vegan.
Yeah, we knew that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we knew that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oreos are vegan. That doesn't make them tasty all the time, but
Or
that's
healthy.
cool.
Well, depending on the flavor or which one you
Okay.
get.
All right. I'm gonna ask now because we got to play this game since you brought it up.
Okay.
What's your favorite Oreo?
Oh,
And why?
the wait a minute, I got too excited. Let me calm down. It's the traditional Oreo with the white chocolate covering on it.
Ooh,
Those
the white
are
fudge.
yeah, the white fudge. That's dangerous.
That's the
It's dangerous.
king of Oreo because you can dip it. Oh, listen, I literally bite off a little tip, dip it, and let it just.
Yeah, it's
But
dangerous.
Mel doesn't do the white chocolate one, so it's the chocolate dip one
Okay, the chocolate
that
dip.
we end up doing.
Okay.
But I am a super fan of Oreos. So is Mrs. Thompson.
Okay.
So we keep them pretty
Do y'all?
regularly.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
We try not to, but then and then what happens is you just end up noodles,
Rice noodles.
rice noodles. And so yeah.
Double
I don't have anything that I like. Oh, double stuff. You're right, Liv. You're right.
Yeah,
Double
it's
stuff
good.
is it's the spot. But remember when they started doing all the different flavors? They still do a little bit now. But
Yeah,
they
they
got
do.
really excited about all of the varying flavors. So they had one. I don't know if you ever remember the ice cream Neapolitan.
Mhm.
Remember the one where they had the
It's a
Neapolitan
bad
Oreo,
joint. Mhm.
had the strawberry, had the vanilla, had the chocolate one. That was 3 layers of sugary goodness. The worst thing to eat ever, and yet
The most delicious
yet
thing.
so amazing.
Yeah.
And then when you take the shell off
Yeah.
and you combine them together, my mouth is watering.
I was gonna say his
And I'm
mouth
saying
is
my mouth is
watery.
watering because of what E is serving us, not because of the
Okay,
Oreo I'm
okay,
describing right
okay.
now. And so there is that thing that happens in life. So yeah, that's the part. No, I think to your question, I do think vegetables, broccoli in particular, or broccoli is my favorite vegetable. Like I will eat it raw. I will eat it with
Okay.
butter and salt. Broccoli just happens to be that thing that
Yeah.
growing up wasn't a thing, but now broccoli, celery, most of the green
Yeah.
vegetables.
What about
are the ones that I
asparagus?
favor the most. Asparagus, I get down with. Some
Yeah, I like
asparagus.
asparagus too.
But it's got to be cooked right. It's got to be cooked effectively. Some of the soggy asparagus, we not friends. We're not friends. Like we break up when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
know,
So the question I always want to ask people, especially when we think about food and in those things, like, do you think some of the foods that you don't like is based in the fact that you had bad experiences with them specifically? Because I've had people come to me and they tell me, oh, I don't eat this.
Yeah.
Then I make it. Then they eat it.
Yeah.
And now they eat it.
Yeah.
So is it your experience sometimes with something that creates this negative response to it, and now you won't step into this realm because you feel like one time I had
Yeah.
this one thing, and I never liked it because I only tried it one time. Do you think that happens a lot to people where they have a bad experience, and now that one experience dictates their entire future of food?
But I don't think it's just a food conversation. I think this has to do with when someone has, and not to bring up the concept of traumas, but when somebody has a negative experience that's aligned or connected to something in their lives, they're apt to avoid that thing. So for me, I didn't like beets before Grandpa made me have to eat beets. Right. So that traumatic experience didn't impact me. But there are some things that the smell of a thing, if we want to talk about food, or the experience that happened around what was going on in your life during that thing triggers your brain to go back to that place.
Yes.
So I do think there is moments where people can say, I don't like or don't want a thing based upon some past experience that they have had.
And
I agree with that.
And then sometimes I think it's because we just haven't been exposed to it.
Yeah.
It's the story that we tell ourselves.
Yes,
like you
that's
said,
right.
this goes beyond just the food conversation. Yeah. We just have not exposed ourselves to something. So we've told ourselves a particular story and we're just doubling down on it. We're just sticking with it. Right? Like, I don't like Brussels sprouts. Well, how do you know? Because they said it on TV and now you just say it and now you don't eat it or whatever.
Yeah, you had it one time, you didn't like it.
Yeah.
I'll
give you a great example, actually. So before I met Melanie, I didn't have dishes with white sauce. Like, true story. Yeah. So in my household, we didn't do white sauce stuff. My dad didn't eat white sauce stuff. We had grape jelly. Like, there was some, I'd never had catfish, collard greens, at least made that way. And so my experience was transformed because I married Melanie. And in her household, Mom, they cooked some food that I had before. And most specifically, Grandma White. There it is. Yes. Can you see it? Grandma White did the thing. And so I learned to eat some things that I wouldn't have otherwise have learned to eat, if not for the relationship that I did not have with food, but the relationship that I had with Melanie.
Yeah, I totally get that. I think about my kids too. My kids are the type, they won't eat something. They've never tasted it before. They won't eat it because they're like, it's too healthy.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. It looks too green. It looks too healthy. Yeah, it looks too healthy. It looks like a tree.
It's too healthy.
And they're just not with it. So sometimes it's just about giving it a shot and seeing,
Oh,
don't you like it?
Listen, Mama brought something up. Do y'all remember ever having a food that you ate? When she said, yes, that trigger of smelling grits was made to taste like, and she threw up. Have you ever had something that made you throw up?
Of course.
Food?
Yes, of course. I've been food poisoned by people. So that's why I don't trust a lot of people to cook. I've had food that poisoned me. So heck yeah. I don't trust it.
Okay. Show over.
That's what it is. Like, yes, I've had food where I'm like, oh yeah, this should be good. And you're like, no.
Picture.
Yes, please. So let me go ahead and let everybody know the food is served, and I made sure that everybody ate healthy today. So what we're eating is a curry Thai soup with rice noodles. This is probably altogether, this dish would be somewhere around 400 to 600 calories altogether. But let me get your response on the taste. Now, if you want, another thing that I like to do is to squeeze a little bit of lime juice on top if you want.
Yes,
so I can
please.
give you some of that.
Oh, of course.
You get a little lime.
It's hot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got that nice little spicy life to it. You already tasted the chicken.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I know, I'm so excited about this. My heart is actually beating fast.
you are so sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
That's good.
Cam, you good?
Go Tabitha Brown say, oh God, we thank you. Amen.
Amen.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and typically thank you for everybody to eat. Amen. All right, here we go. So the reason why I made this particular dish is because this is the first dish that I cooked that I stepped into like understanding how to eat healthy without adding a whole bunch of craziness to it, right?
Yeah.
So there's something you said at the beginning, at the top of the show, CT, where you said, like, I want food with seasoning, flavor, right? Most people correlate healthy food with it being unflavorful.
Yes.
Why do you think we do that? Why do you think we automatically put a negative spin on something that's supposed to be good for us?
Yeah. You know what? I think part of it is that word you said earlier, diet.
Yeah.
And then those fad diets that we always hear about, where it's just like, I don't know, cabbage and, just plain cabbage and pineapples. It's just something weird that we've heard all of those different all those different fad diets or whatever. I think that plays a lot into it. And so you think that you can only eat raw broccoli, water, unseasoned chicken breast, and then that's your whole meal. So I love that we're having this conversation and we're starting to talk about it more and more.
Yeah.
That healthy food is not nasty. No, it does not have to be tasteless with no flavor, right?
No, I agree with that. I really think that, and that was it. Like I constantly strive to find healthy ways to introduce foods to people who've never had it before, right? It's like if you've never eaten anything healthy before, and I give it to you, if I serve this dish to a bunch of people, they're like, "Oh my God, this is so great! I love it." They eat it all up, and then they find out after the fact that it's actually healthy and very health consciously driven, right? So I think that our connection with food, Cam's over there giving me the off screen, like, yes, bruh, yes. I think our physical connection with food stems from a lot of different places. When we think about, again, the traumas of it, the growth of our taste buds as well. When we start from one place and we move to another, and then there is the social dynamic of what's feeding into our mindset of why we eat what we eat, right? Yeah. So somebody so I think to your example, Lizzo came up with some crazy breakfast cereal diet for people where it was like a bowl of ice. She's telling me I eat this every day and I'm healthy. And I'm like, that's just ice water with fruit. That's and it's not, and it doesn't really boost too much, right? Like, what nutritional value are you adding to what you're doing? Right. You're just eating ice. Yeah. So it's like, and then people will follow that. So it's like, I get it. Like, do your research, understand your connection with food. Like, one of the biggest drivers for Scotch with E as a company is I really want to focus people on that relationship. Why do you think the way you think about food? Why are you limited in what food that you eat? Today I started with a Thai soup, but I was going to make Lebanese food. I make Vietnamese food. I make all different types of food because they have different elements to them that magnify nutritional value. Yeah. If you think about some of the best food that you eat when it comes to seasoning, tell me what cuisine that would be. In your mind, if I said, what is the cuisine that seasons their food the best? In your mind, what do you think that would be? Who does it best?
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
That's like one. Asian inspired kinds of meals.
I would say the same thing too.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because they use a lot of natural seasonings. Yeah. So like when you eat Indian food, Indian food is so full of flavor. And it's not because they're putting a bunch of syrups and sugars on their food. That's right. I'm looking in the camera. They don't add a lot of syrups and sugars in their food.
Excuse me. This is a non-judgment program. And I feel like you're judging syrup and sugars.
I'm looking daily at people to make sure they're very clear that this is why the food is better.
Well, let me ask you something real quick.
Go for it.
Because my mom was just asking about a replacement for salt. And I feel like that's kind of where you're going with that conversation a little bit. Talking about those natural seasonings, the natural flavors or whatever. So do you have a suggestion for replacement for salt? Because, we like salt. We like salt and we like sugar. So what are some of those things that we can put in place of that in a dish?
There's nothing wrong with salts and sugars. It's just the amounts that we're used to. So you got to think about it. The reason why a lot of people say food isn't flavorful is because you have oversaturated your palate with one particular thing.
How do you correct that?
Well, that's a great question. You have to reset your palate. So the dish that I'm serving you today is actually a great palate refresher. What you're tasting is a whole bunch of herbs and very fresh seasonings that are seeping into your taste buds to give you a new experience. versus you eating something very salty and having to balance it with something else to offset it, right? So like, you think about like something that's sweet. If it's too sweet, it gives you like that and all this stuff. So what do? If you actually look at the recipe for like cake and stuff, there's always sugar in it, but there's always salt too, because there's a balance to how much you have of either. So it's not to say that you can't have salt and that you can't have sugar. It's for you to monitor how much of you have.
Mama wants to know, what about Jamaican food?
I mean, Jamaican food. I be Jamaican food all the time.
Ari man.
Don't worry
about a thing.
But a lot of different cultures use the fresh herbs, fruits, and vegetables to them. And like when you think of Jamaican food, when you think about jerk food, right? Like there's a lot of smokiness to it and full of flavor because they don't want to burn their food a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To add to a specific type of flavor profile. That's why there's certain things that just work. And you have to get accustomed to just trying new things. Because when I think about what food is most of the time, it's the thing that makes us, it's the thing that gives us energy. It's the thing that brings us up. If you're eating anything that's pulling you down or holding you down or weighing you down, it's not really food. You're just literally eating weight.
Yeah.
You're literally eating weight, something that's going to hold you down and hold you back. It doesn't really motivate anything in you. It doesn't perpetuate anything good in you. We eat a bunch of saturated foods, a bunch of fried foods and stuff, and that's what our natural thing is to go to, fried chicken. I just gave y'all chicken that wasn't fried. Y'all watch me marinate and it probably tastes better than most of the fried chicken that you eat.
Absolutely.
Why do we have this connection to think there's only one way to eat?
But Justin told us last week, sad was the standard American diet. Right.
Yes, it is very sad, which is why we're eating Asian food today.
Something that's not sad. But E, I think there's something you said that I thought was really important. And I think the concept that we have to think about is, and you said it, and I think it's important. You said, what is my relationship with food, right? And in every relationship, you have to evaluate that relationship.
You do.
You have got to recognize what am I bringing to it? What are they bringing to it? And some relationships are seasonal. Some relationships are for a lifetime. But some relationships that I have in my life, if I don't get rid of them, they could kill me.
That is true.
Right?
100% right.
That's why you die on it, right? So sometimes you just got to make sure that you're thinking about, what is the relationship I have with the thing that I'm in? And is it a sustainable thing? Is it something that I added because like I was watching a TV show, a program the other day, and something bad happened. And oh boy was in the restaurant and he had ordered like half the things on the menu. This boy walked in. He was like, "What are you doing?" He was just like, "I'm anger eating." Right?
I saw that too. I watched it today.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm anger eating." So it was like sometimes we will consume food as a response because what else is we gonna do?
Absolutely. It's our emotions, period.
We are emotionally connected to food. We have a relationship.
Yes, we do.
In a way that doesn't always respond to when I'm in a bad mood. I don't run to the food that's good for me. I run to the thing that I feel like is going to satisfy whatever it is that I'm dealing with. And
it could also be like a positive, what we tend to think as positive emotions too. So when we're happy, we celebrate. Like, let's go get some drinks, let's go get some food, let's go get some wing, let's go some fried food and have a good time because I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. So you got to be careful.
You ever notice that all of the happy hour menus is all fried stuff?
Yes. All of it.
Every time somebody invites you to happy hour,
I get tired of that too.
You know what I'm saying? That you like, I mean, if I eat this, I can't even go home and eat dinner.
Right.
Like, happy hour is that place where you ruin your appetite at happy hour.
It's where you do the happy hour. Like also the commentary on America.
That's true.
Like, why does it cost so much for us to do the thing that's right?
Right.
Like for us to eat healthy, price tag up here. But I could go get some fast food, some easy, go to a happy hour where the drinks are nice, but then the food is crappy, right? So you got to go to something more high end, and I think that's a societal conversation that we got to figure out how to reconcile. But I don't know we ever will.
Yeah, well, I mean, the industrial complex that is America has its sights set on making sure that we don't eat right, and That's what we're talking to everybody about this today, because your connection with food will dictate the outcomes of a lot of different things. What you eat, who you are. What is it like? You are you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Well, eating crap. I know I said that before, but eating crap. But
no, for real,
it's a very true thing. So this has been a wonderful conversation.
I got one question for you before you read it. Yep, it's a question. Can anyone suggest how to kick that sugar craving?
Oh yeah. So
Suggestions you have.
All right, cool. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put that disclaimer out. I am no nutritionist or nothing like that, but I do have experience with food, a lot of different foods and different diets and all this, because I've tried a bunch of stuff. You can see over the season I've been losing weight because I kind of make a lot of healthy, conscious decisions. Yeah. So
you look great too, E. By the way, let's throw that in there. Yeah.
Thank you. So the one thing I'll say is you just have to work on your relationship with sugar. That's just really what it is. Understanding that sugar is so addictive. It is the most addictive substance in the world. If you look up the most addictive substances in the world, sugar's number one because of what it does to your body. So you need to time those things. You need to be very consistent with when you give yourself those things. And when you master that, then it becomes something you can maintain.
Yeah.
So for instance, I don't keep sugar in the house. Like, I don't keep sweets and stuff in the house because I know that I would be driven to try it and eat it. Like, if I love Honey Buns and donuts. If donuts were around, I'd be eating them all the time. But because I make the conscious decision to not keep them here, I don't eat them.
That's good.
But there was one day a week or something where I'm like, I want a donut. I'll go ahead and have one donut. I've given myself enough grace to say that the thing that I like doesn't control me. I have control over it, therefore I can like it. If it was controlling me, I couldn't like it. I'm addicted to it. I'm obsessed with it. That's a totally different relationship that I would never want to give the power to the thing over me.
Yeah.
And that's a very specific thing.
That's
to me.
real.
I try not to give the power of the thing over me. So sugar is great. I love to, actually, I got some dessert for you guys. I was going to bring that up to see if you guys
keep doing this every time he mentions food. I gotta stop. I gotta stop control.
But there's healthy ways to find that to feed that sweet craving.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Well, one of the things that I would say, if you're really specific to sugars and candies, like candies are not good for you because they mess up your teeth, right? Like they're really driven to deteriorate your mouth. Whereas you can get sweetness from fruits, depending on how you want to do it, right? I will tell you this, make ambrosia. And I'm going to tell you how to make ambrosia. It's very easy. Buy fruit, take all the rinds, peel it all the back. Like if I took all the rinds from limes and oranges and all that, I'll sprinkle a little bit of sugar over it and shake it up in a container and leave it in there for a couple of days. What it's going to do is the sugar is going to extract all the oils and stuff out of those rinds. It's going to make this really sweet syrup that you can use in replacement of regular sugar for some instances. So you can just pour that into something and it creates a natural sugar out of those rinds. So it's one way that you can reduce the amount of sugar you're taking in and still get a healthier sweetness.
Okay.
So,
yeah, and then another thing too, you kind of hit on this a little bit, but like what you feed will grow.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So it comes down to discipline a lot. I mean, and I'm I'm guilty of that too. If the word is guilty, we want to use, but it is what you feed will grow. So the more you eat it, the more you're going to want it. Yeah. So it's just like you have to make up in your mind, like, is it really worth it? And put some discipline around it and think about the outcome of it, right? So why are you trying to stop? Are you trying to stop because it's just simply unhealthy? Is it making you gain weight? Is it messing up your sugar? And all those other things. Yeah. And think about your why and just put discipline around it. Because the more you eat it, the more you're going to want. And when you cut back on it, next thing you know, when you have that donut, you're like, oh my God, this is so sweet.
Too sweet.
This is too sweet.
And that's what happens too. That's what happens. Whenever I eat those, I'm like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. So that way I just won't have a whole bunch.
Yeah. So
it is that management piece. So I agree. Okay.
I feel like those cookies that I made the other day, just I don't feel guilty about. They were chocolate chip.
I love chocolate chip cookies. Did you put a little salt in there like what he was talking about? Did you use a little salt?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
Just double sugar.
It's okay. I know
my confessions.
And okay, since we're confessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back in the day, Mel really was good at helping me because I have a natural sweet tooth. Like I will eat sweets all day, every day, no problem. And Mel used to hide candies and stuff from me. And then
Out to Mel.
she would like, we can't have it in the house.
Right.
Like she would literally not allow it in the house. And then I would have a secret stash that I would keep in different places.
He's the worst.
Back in the day. So I remember one of my kids came. I remember we were in Georgia. The kids came to the office, and I had a drawer. I had a drawer full of sweets, y'all.
Oh my god!
And these jokers told on me.
I really do.
These little suckers.
They got you and got diabetes because she's a toe.
But the blessing is I don't have diabetes.
Like he'll get the BDs.
But it's like every once in a while I will have these cravings.
Yeah.
Our current craving, I think we talked about it.
Well,
Back in the day.
what?
Don't you have a stash now?
Can we
That's
turn
what Bill said.
Cam? Can we turn the comments off? Can we turn the comments off? I don't necessarily have a stash now.
You know, what you call it now? Is it called a what is it? A trove? What is it?
It is scaled down so much more than what it was
Okay.
back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm gonna keep eating this since Mel put me out in these streets.
She
like
did.
That. She did. You hate her.
Did.
You hate her. You like sweets too, girl. You like them too, baby.
Right. Well, you hide her sweets in your stack.
We share sweets together.
Like, I bet you literally do that little treasure trove of sweets. That's
Treasure
funny.
trove.
You know, at Christmas time, the little Debbies that come out the Christmas tree.
Yeah. You be getting them all the
You
time.
even like those?
Me and them Christmas trees, we are friends.
Yeah.
Me and my old,
You and my
me
sister
and my
are
oldest
best
son.
friend.
Listen,
I'm telling you what,
you gotta eat candy corn. It's like,
it's been a little while. Every once in a while, I've had candy corn.
hey, listen, you ain't my.
Oh, so you just like sweets. You just like sweets. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, we don't eat candy corn. That's not even real candy. So, okay. So I do want to.
It is good.
I do want to make sure that we have a little bit of time. I know we're coming up to the end of the show. You guys have been eating. I do want to show you. I did make sweet potato pie ice cream for them to try.
Oh, that's my mother loves. Well, she can have ice cream, but she loves sweet potatoes, so
Well,
she's gonna be mad.
It's actually dairy free.
Mom.
Really?
Yeah, I made it dairy free. I use coconut milk, so as long as she ain't allergic to coconut, she should be okay. And I actually used sweet potatoes that I made like I was making a pie, and then I used graham crackers and I made the crust.
Oh my God.
In there. So it's actually a sweet
Okay, let's
potato
do it.
pie, and it's ice cream. So wanted to make sure that I showed that you can eat healthy, because this is homemade ice cream where I can use low fat milk. I can use like less sugar and still create a subtle sweetness in it, right? Like using stuff like ambrosia as your sweeteners instead of using all of that sugar, right?
It's like a sweet potato pie.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Not blueberry?
God no.
Because you don't like
blueberries.
You don't like.
Just in case
You don't
anybody
like those
wanted
kind
to
of
know, don't give me no fruit pie. Lord, please don't give me no fruit pie.
I'm getting a fruit pie for Christmas.
Please don't.
Fruit cake for Christmas.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, what is it for? So yeah, Scotch really does make his own ice cream. Cluck cluck. All right, Cam, this is yours. If you want some ice cream, sir. Yeah, I'm feeding Cam off camera.
Since then, she forgot what day it is.
Okay, let me tell her she missed the food. I'll send her a
Missed the
picture.
whole episode.
There you go.
You missed the meal.
He missed the
Wait,
meal.
why am I saying it out loud and texting?
You are.
What has happened?
Sorry.
You're going almost
I'm-
to the ice.
You are.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Guys,
ladies and gentlemen,
it
This is
happened.
what happens when you eat good food and have a great conversation. So I do want to get to a wrap up.
Yeah.
So this has been a wonderful conversation as we talk about our relationship with food, our experiences,
Mhm.
things that we like, things we don't like.
That makes good with the ice cream and the
You think I
two
don't-
together. That was
I
actually
don't plan
was
my meals.
He's so good. He's so good.
So it's all about the experience with food, and that's the one thing that I wanted to be able to provide everybody. Today they came and they tried two different types of cuisines, one from one culture, another from another one, but they accented each other. One you would think is not healthy, but the ice cream is actually rather healthy.
Yeah.
And then the soup is phenomenally healthy.
Mm.
Like it's very light too.
So
right?
light and
soup.
filling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So just to say just to kind of play into it, there's a lot of food out there that you probably never physically tried. That if you do, you'll learn a lot more about yourself, because what you eat Yeah, I say it again, is who you are. And I'm happy to say that we eat worldly because we want to be people of this world, that we want to learn enough and impact the world around us. That's our goal. That's the reason why we do what we do. That's the reason why I make food, because I want to be able to create that connection for people to say, I don't only eat one thing, I eat everything. I mean, my friend Eric eats everything. That guy will try anything, right? So at least you got me out there to be like, oh yeah, I know somebody that does that or tries that, right? That at least give you a lever, a leg to step into that lane and to be a little bit more adventurous with food. Thank you guys so much for trying my food
Thank
today.
you,
I always love cooking for you guys. I didn't get to show off the drinks that I made for everybody, but we did.
Yeah, because we drink those two.
Yeah, they drink them real fast.
Maybe you should make them.
No,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, we did a meal today. We did tequila meal. But so I do want to come to you guys, see if there's any final thoughts that you have for everybody. This has been a wonderful conversation as we round this out. I'm gonna come. Oh, there's y'all both stuff in y'all face. I'm trying not to I'm giving you a chance to chew. I do want to go to the comments, see if there's anything, anybody got any questions they got, because I know today was a little different. We had a lot of fun. You may have learned something. If you have questions about the dish that we ate, anything, just reach out to me. I got you. But Johnny, final thoughts.
Yeah, my final thoughts are, I just love this conversation. I think it's really important, especially for our community, that we really think about our relationship with food and what we're feeding ourselves, because there are consequences to what we eat.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So if we want to stay off medicine, if we want to say, and then not to say that there's anything wrong with that, because sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things that are preventable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. If we just make sure we're exercising and we're eating right, and you can make small changes that make a huge difference and make it become a habit. So I think it's important that we continue to have this conversation. So yeah, I just appreciate it. And the food was delicious. It was slapping. Can I say slapping? I don't even say that word. Okay.
CC, final thoughts?
Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Chef. I think the thing that is stuck in my head is anything that we have a relationship with helps to drive who we ultimately are. And because we're having a generational conversation, this is a generationally significant discussion, because most of the time the things that we end up consuming are passed down from something that we installed before us.
Yeah.
So whether it's the food that we eat, whether it's how we connect with each other, etc., and especially because we're coming into a season where food is going to be in front of us and going to be consumed in an itis kind of way. I think this is a highlight to be able to say you can eat, but watch what you eat.
Right.
And because when you don't eat healthy, it does impact the relationships you have with the people you are eating with. It does. And so it is, again, this last couple of weeks has just been some really interesting highlights, some perspective that, okay, maybe we should give some consideration to what we are putting into our system and how are we thinking about our overall health. Because if we want to impact the next generation, we have to make sure it starts with us. So
good. I love that.
I love it too.
I love it.
My final thoughts are, it's okay to eat healthy.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't think if somebody judges you or makes fun of you for eating healthy, that's okay. You can laugh at them as their cholesterol rises. Right? You know what I'm saying? There's so many jokes for eating healthy versus not eating healthy that I have. So just hit me up if you want a funny snappy comeback to somebody to make fun of you.
Got 'em.
Like, you already eating salad. I'm like, you already eating your life away. It's okay. You can say whatever you want about how people eat, but it's really like CG said, like Johnny said, this is a very important conversation for us and for a lot of people, because what you have inherited is an understanding of food and a relationship with food. There was menus and there was items that people have made for you your whole life that you never knew could have been the thing that could be giving you the poison that you've been dealing with, right? So I'll go ahead and sign off with this, looking at it my family was very prone to diabetes and always has been, which is why I've always worked hard to never be someone who ate a lot of sweets.
Yeah.
When my father found out that he was diabetic, this man literally went out and bought a cake and ate it. A whole cake and ate it to himself. That showed me his relationship. He showed me I did not care about myself by doing that.
Yeah.
that is literally how you can look at people to be like, you know you shouldn't be doing it, but you keep choosing to do it. You're showing me what your relationship is with food.
Yeah.
If I can present you with a better option that would be longer and sustainable, yes, it may not taste the same,
Right.
but good is not the same. This can be good in a different way. So never be afraid to step off, step out, and step up for what will do better for you. All right.
Kind of like an AOC moment.
Didn't it?
Okay.
I like it. It was good.
So, okay. All right. So we've eaten. You've been treated. Look, they're drinking.
Oh, now he's picking us. Oh, good. Okay, I've been waiting.
You know what you make when you drink the soup. Y'all good?
I've been waiting for that. I'm so glad you did it first.
Good.
I've been sitting here this whole
I
time
was
like,
like,
man.
can we sign off before we do it? No.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving us permission.
I guess I should go ahead and enjoy.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't really know what that's to do with the simultaneous slurp of soup.
That's it.
That's the best alliteration that I've ever done in my life.
Because I'm going to finish this bad boy off.
That was no joke. E. That was nice. That was nice.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us on this wonderful conversation again. Like, this is the month of food. We wanted to make sure that you guys had this topic to know how to discuss what is good for you, what is not, how we make that decision on the relationships that we have with food. Thank you, John and my leads. Thank you so much, CT, for being here. Thank you to my man Cam for coming over and setting up everything.
Great job,
A whole
Cam.
network of stuff behind us. Like, I got locked over here. I couldn't even go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm standing up. Everybody sit down.
You have been doing that. You like, can you pass me that? Can you hand me that?
Trial and error. The first time we didn't get it right. We right.
We can get it right.
Yeah, right.
A lot better. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
being patient with us. Now, again, you can follow us, like us. For those listening, make sure to give us 5 stars. Make sure that you sign in to YouTube and all the other places where you can hear us. If you aren't subscribed, it's your time. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Turn them notification bells on. Check in with your people because we are motivation. Again, if you are not eating good, try to. And until you see us again, you can just chill the next episode. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one.
Peace.
Let me start my soup. Let that start my soup.